Good morning, gals and guys. Today we're going to look at adjectives. And I know that you just watched a little video about adjectives and you listened to a story, and we've talked about them a lot in class. So this should be a pretty simple lesson today. I want you to turn to page 28 in your right book. Okay, that is page 28. And it says, an adjective is a word that describes a noun. Adjectives give color to your writing, so they make your writing a lot more interesting. Describes just means tells more about it. And the word describes just means it tells more about it. First thing to think about is that an adjective can come before or after the word it describes. So in this sentence, he wore a blue jacket. The adjective comes before the noun because jacket is the noun, that's the thing, and blue is the adjective. This next sentence, his jacket was blue, we have the adjective coming after the noun. Again, because the jacket is the noun and blue is the adjective. Okay. The next thing to talk about is that an adjective can tell what kind, how many, or which one. Okay. Say those with me. What kind, how many, or which one. An adjective tells those things. So in this sentence here, we've got the clothes are dirty. Well, clothes is the noun, dirty is the adjective. So it's telling you what kind. How are these clothes? Well, these clothes are dirty. Oh. Next up, we have he read 3 books. Well, we've got a number here, and that tells how many. So usually when we have how many, it's going to be a number. So numbers are adjectives. And this is the last one. This is a little bit trickiest. But it says, I will buy these shoes. So it's saying which one, if you're pointing to them. I will buy these shoes. So in this case, these is an adjective. This next part is important too. You need to know it for the directions. The words a, an, and the are a special kind of adjective. They are called articles. These 3 small words come before many nouns. So, a, an, and the are special kinds of adjectives called articles. Okay, so say that with me. A, an, and the are a special kind of adjective. They are called articles. All right. Read the recipe for making cheese pizza. The words in red are adjectives. The words in blue are the nouns that the adjectives describe. So, red adjectives, blue nouns. Think that. This recipe is easy. Just follow these directions. The first step is to stretch the dough into a big circle. Shape a small rim around the edge. Next, spread a spicy red sauce on top. Then sprinkle the top with several types of cheese. Bake the pizza in a hot oven for 10 minutes or until the crust is crisp. Slice the pizza into 8 pieces and enjoy. In the first sentence, an adjective comes before and after the noun recipe. The adjective this tells which one. And the adjective easy tells what kind. Notice that two adjectives, spicy and red, appear before the noun, what? Sauce. Together, these adjectives give readers a clear idea of what the sauce is like. And these are the adjectives we've talked most about in class, giving the word excitement and color. So spicy and red are great adjectives to describe sauce. The adjective several tells how many. Can you find two more adjectives that tell how many? Okay, so a big clue is going to be a number. All right. So I see what in here, what red words do you see that are numbers? I'm going to give you a second to look. You should see 10 and 8. Those are both adjectives that tell how many. Turn the page. Let's look at the lesson. So I'm going to get my answer sheet out and ready. Make sure your name is right here on the page. Thank you for remembering not to write in the book, but to write your answers on the answer sheet. The directions say here, write the adjective that describes each underlined noun. Do not include articles. Okay, so we just need to write the adjective that's telling about the underlined noun, and we don't include articles. And remember what our articles were? A, and the. A, and the. So I'm going to put up here A, and the are articles. All right. So in part A, it says don't include those. So let's see. And these are not complete sentences. These are just phrases. They don't have a naming part and an action part, and they're missing their capital letters and periods. So number 1, flying kites on windy days. What is our adjective describing days? What word tells what kind of days these are? If you picked windy, you are right. So we are copying down windy, and I'm making sure to spell it correctly because I'm just copying it right off the page. Number 2, tasted the salty popcorn. So what word tells about the popcorn? If you said salty, you're right. I'm going to let you finish this section on your own. But remember, an adjective tells, let's write this down on your paper here as well, so you have that clue. It can tell what kind. So what kind of day was it? It was windy. What kind of popcorn was it? It was salty. So an adjective can tell what kind. An adjective can tell how many. And an adjective can tell which one. So there you go. Those are your clues. If you need a second to copy those down, hit pause. Let's look at part B. Read each sentence. I can do that. That's easy. Write the adjective. Do not include articles. Okay, so I'm not using a, an, and the. Those don't count. Many animals live in the ocean. So, are we talking about what kind, how many, which one? And if you picked that the adjective is many, you're right. Okay, that tells how many. The words are it's the same word, many and many. Okay, so how many? Well, it says many. Many animals live in the ocean. So you're writing the word many. Number 2. The claws of a crab are strong. So we're talking about the claws of the crab. And what kind of claws are these? They are strong. So strong's the adjective. So if you picked strong, you are correct. So we're writing strong. I'm going to let you finish part B on your own. Part C says, read the paragraph, find and write the 12 adjectives. Then write the noun that each adjective describes. Do not include articles. Okay, so again, we're not including articles. So read the paragraph, find and write 12 adjectives, then write the noun that each adjective describes. Do not include articles. Okay. Looks like we're reading about Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln's childhood was unusual. He was born in Kentucky in a small cabin made of logs. His entire family moved 7 years later. Their new home was in Indiana. Lincoln's stepmother was kind. She thought he was a good boy. Lincoln seldom went to school, but he was an eager learner. He read and reread the few books his family owned. As a young man, Lincoln had many jobs. He also had big dreams. So I'm running out of time on this video, so I have to make this kind of snappy. But first off, Abraham Lincoln's childhood was unusual. Okay, so our first adjective is going to be unusual. That's talking about his childhood. That's kind of a hard one to have first. So, but down here for part C, you're going to write the adjective first. So the adjective is unusual. Now, what noun did that describe? That described his childhood. Okay. I think the next sentence is a little easier. This was a little bit harder. He was born in Kentucky in a small cabin made of logs. So what's our adjective and our noun there? Well, our adjective is small. Okay. Small, and what does small describe? It describes his cabin. All right, look for part 2.